Do you ever look at your cucumber plants and feel a sense of dread? You see those beautiful green leaves starting to get a faint yellow tinge. Then you spot them. Tiny green or black dots clustered on the newest growth. Aphids. It feels like a battle you are destined to lose every single year. You try sprays, you try soaps, but they always come back, and your harvest suffers. What if I told you there's a secret? A method so simple, so ancient, that it feels like magic. A way to make your cucumber patch virtually invisible to pests and resistant to that dreaded yellowing. Today, we're not just planting cucumbers. We are building a powerful, living ecosystem around them. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to plant next to your cucumbers to get a harvest so big, your neighbors will be asking for your secret. Before we get to the specific plants, you need to understand the why. This isn't about old wives' tales. It's about pure plant science. It's called companion planting, and it's like creating a thriving neighborhood where all the residents help each other out. Plants communicate, they release scents from their leaves and chemicals from their roots. Some of these signals scream, "Danger, stay away," to pests. Other scents are like a giant neon sign that says, "Free buffet here," to beneficial insects like ladybugs and predatory wasps, which are the natural enemies of aphids. Some plants act as decoys, sacrificing themselves for the greater good of your prized vegetables. Others work underground, improving the soil and feeding their neighbors. By understanding this secret language of the garden, you can stop being a simple gardener and become a garden architect, designing a system that defends and supports itself with minimal intervention from you. This is the very foundation of smart or lazy gardening. So let's dive into the problem more deeply. Why are cucumbers such a magnet for trouble? Well, for one, their broad, tender leaves are incredibly appealing to sucking insects like aphids and spider mites. These pests pierce the plant's skin and drink its vital juices or sap. This not only weakens the plant directly, leading to yellowing leaves and stunted growth, but it can also transmit deadly diseases like mosaic virus. Aphids reproduce at an astonishing rate, meaning a small problem can become a full-blown infestation in just a matter of days. Furthermore, cucumbers are heavy feeders. They require a lot of nitrogen to produce all that lush foliage and fruit. If the soil is even slightly deficient, the plant becomes stressed. And a stressed plant is like a person with a weak immune system. It becomes a prime target for pests and diseases. This is why just spraying for bugs is a losing battle. You're only treating a symptom, not the root cause of the problem, which is a vulnerable, unsupported plant. Many gardeners, in a moment of panic, reach for a chemical insecticide. It seems like a quick and easy fix, but this approach is a trap that ultimately creates more problems than it solves. First, these broad-spectrum poisons don't discriminate. They kill the aphids, but they also wipe out the ladybugs, lacewings, and tiny parasitic wasps that are your garden's natural defense force. Once these beneficial insects are gone, your plants are completely defenseless against the next wave of pests, which will inevitably arrive. This creates a vicious cycle of spraying, which gardeners call the pesticide treadmill. Second, these chemicals can be absorbed by the plant and end up in the cucumbers you and your family eat. And third, they harm pollinators like bees, which are absolutely essential for turning cucumber flowers into actual cucumbers. Without bees, you get zero fruit. So, the chemical route is not only ineffective in the long run, but also harmful to the environment, your health, and your overall harvest. This brings us to our first and perhaps most famous garden protector, the marigold. You've seen these cheerful, sunny flowers in garden centers and parks, but they are far more than just decoration. Marigolds are the workhorses of the companion planting world. They are like a multitasking security guard for your cucumbers. Their power comes from a pungent, distinct scent that many pests, including aphids and cucumber beetles, find deeply offensive. Planting them around your cucumber patch creates a fragrant barrier, a sort of scent camouflage that confuses pests trying to locate your delicious cucumber vines. It's like trying to find a specific restaurant in a city where every single building smells like something else entirely. The pests become disoriented and are more likely to fly on by, leaving your cucumbers untouched. This is your first line of defense, a simple and beautiful way to make your garden less inviting to its enemies. But the marigold's greatest superpower is hidden from view, deep underground. Their roots are a chemical factory, producing a substance called alpha-terthionyl. This compound is lethal to one of the most insidious and difficult to detect garden villains, root knot nematodes. These are microscopic worms that burrow into plant roots, creating galls or knots that block the plant's ability to absorb water and nutrients. The symptoms above ground are wilting, yellowing, and poor growth, which many gardeners mistake for a fertilizer or water issue. You can fertilize all you want, but if the roots can't absorb it, the plant will still starve. By planting marigolds, you are essentially fumigating your soil naturally. The roots release their nematode-killing compounds, sterilizing the area and creating a safe zone where your cucumber roots can thrive. This underground protection is crucial for a healthy, productive plant from the ground up. Our next garden hero is another beautiful flower, the nasturtium. If marigolds are the security guards, nasturtiums are the secret agents who perform a very special mission. Nasturtiums are what gardeners call a trap crop. For some reason, aphids find nasturtiums absolutely irresistible. They love them even more than they love your cucumbers. By planting nasturtiums a short distance away from your cucumber vines, you are essentially setting up a decoy. The aphids will flock to the nasturtiums, leaving your main crop alone. It's much easier to manage a pest problem when it's concentrated on a single sacrificial plant. You can then simply remove the infested nasturtium leaves, or, if the infestation is heavy, pull up the entire plant and dispose of it, taking thousands of aphids with it. It's a brilliant strategy of diversion that protects your valuable harvest without a single drop of spray. It's working smarter, not harder. The amazing thing about nasturtiums doesn't stop with their ability to trap aphids. They offer a fantastic bonus for the smart gardener, because almost the entire plant is edible. The leaves have a wonderful peppery taste, similar to watercress, and are a fantastic addition to salads. The flowers are also edible and make a beautiful, colorful garnish for any dish. Even the young seed pods can be pickled and used as a substitute for capers. So, not only is this plant protecting your cucumbers, but it's also providing you with another delicious and unique harvest from the very same garden space. This is a core principle of permaculture and smart gardening. Every element in the garden should serve multiple functions. The nasturtium is a perfect example, providing pest control, beauty, and food all in one easy-to-grow plant. It's a true win-win situation for any gardener. Now, let's talk about a plant that is a super magnet for the good guys, borage. This plant, with its fuzzy leaves and beautiful star-shaped blue flowers, is one of the single best things you can plant to increase your cucumber yield. Why? Because it is an absolute favorite of bees and other pollinators. Cucumber plants produce both male and female flowers, and they rely on insects to carry pollen from the male flowers to the female ones. No pollination means no cucumbers. It's as simple as that. By planting borage nearby, you are creating a pollinator beacon. The bees will be drawn to your garden by the barrage, and while they are there, they will happily visit your cucumber flowers as well, ensuring you get the maximum possible fruit set from every single vine. More bees in your garden directly translates to more cucumbers in your basket. Borage doesn't just attract friends, it also helps to repel foes. It is known to deter some of the most destructive cucumber pests, including the dreaded cucumber beetle and tomato hornworms, which can sometimes wander over to nibble on cucumber leaves. The exact mechanism isn't fully understood, but it's believed that the plant's fuzzy leaves and unique scent profile are a major deterrent. Furthermore, borage is a dynamic accumulator, meaning its deep taproot can pull up trace minerals from deep within the soil, such as potassium and calcium. When the borage leaves fall and decompose, or when you chop and drop them as mulch, these valuable minerals become available to the more shallow-rooted cucumber plants. So, borage acts as a bodyguard, a pollinator magnet, and a nutrient provider, making it an indispensable ally in your quest for the perfect cucumber harvest. Next up is a category of plants that work almost entirely through the power of scent, aromatic herbs. Specifically, let's focus on two champions, dill and rosemary. These herbs have strong, volatile oils that can create a powerful shield of confusing aromas around your cucumbers. For a pest that navigates the world primarily through smell, flying into a cloud of dill and rosemary on its way to a cucumber is like a human trying to find a specific house while wearing a blindfold and earmuffs. It makes the task of locating the target plant much, much harder. Planting these herbs interspersed among your cucumber vines breaks up the solid cucumber smell, creating a confusing scent landscape that makes your plants harder to find. It's a simple, fragrant, and highly effective defensive strategy. Plus, you get a fresh supply of herbs for your kitchen. But herbs like dill do more than just confuse the bad guys. They actively invite the best kind of good guys. The tiny, umbrella-shaped flowers of a mature dill plant are a 5-star restaurant for beneficial predatory insects. These include ladybugs, lacewings, and, most importantly, several species of tiny parasitic wasps. Don't worry, these wasps are not interested in you at all. They have only one thing on their mind: aphids. A parasitic wasp will lay its egg inside an aphid's body. The wasp larva then hatches and eats the aphid from the inside out, turning it into a mummified shell. It's a bit gruesome, but it's nature's most effective form of aphid control. By planting dill and letting it flower, you are rolling out the welcome mat for a free self-propagating army of aphid assassins. This is biological pest control at its finest. Rosemary brings its own unique set of skills to this garden guild. Its strong, pine-like scent is particularly effective at repelling a wide variety of pests, not just those that target cucumbers. It's known to deter cabbage moths, carrot rust flies, and even slugs to some extent. By including it in your cucumber patch, you are contributing to the overall health and defense of the entire garden area. Its powerful aroma lingers in the air, creating a persistent layer of scent camouflage that benefits all nearby plants. It's also a relatively low-maintenance perennial in many climates, meaning you plant it once and it provides protection year after year. Think of it as installing a permanent, fragrant security system that also happens to be delicious with roasted potatoes. Every plant contributes a different note to the symphony of smells that will protect your garden. Let's shift our focus from defense to support. Our next companion is all about feeding your cucumbers, and it does so for free. I'm talking about legumes, specifically bush beans. You might be wondering what beans have to do with cucumbers. The answer lies in a magical process that happens in their roots. Legumes have a symbiotic relationship with a type of bacteria called rhizobium. These bacteria live in small nodules on the bean roots and have the incredible ability to take nitrogen from the air, which is unusable by plants, and fix it into a form that plants can absorb as food. They are literally pulling fertilizer out of thin air. Since cucumbers are notoriously heavy nitrogen feeders, planting bush beans nearby gives them a constant, slow-release source of this essential nutrient, delivered right to the root zone. This nitrogen-fixing magic of bush beans leads to healthier, more vigorous cucumber plants. A well-fed plant is a strong plant. Its leaves will be a deeper, richer green. Its immune system will be more robust, making it naturally more resistant to fungal diseases like powdery mildew, which often plagues cucumbers. A well-nourished plant can also better withstand minor pest attacks. It can quickly regrow damaged leaves and has the energy to produce more flowers and, ultimately, more fruit. By providing a steady supply of natural nitrogen, the beans eliminate the boom and bust cycle that can come from using synthetic fertilizers. This creates a stable, healthy growing environment, reducing plant stress and making your cucumbers less of a target for all the problems we've been talking about. It's like giving your plants a healthy, balanced diet instead of just junk food. Now, let's talk about a surprising but powerful ally, the humble radish. Planting a few radishes around the base of your cucumber plants can be a game changer, especially for deterring cucumber beetles. These striped or spotted beetles are a major menace. The adults feed on leaves and flowers while their larvae attack the roots. Radishes, when planted nearby, seem to repel these beetles effectively. The theory is that their spicy scent masks the cucumber's aroma, making it harder for the beetles to find their target. Furthermore, if you let a few radishes grow past their prime, they act as another excellent trap crop for flea beetles, which will chew on the radish leaves instead of your more delicate cucumber seedlings. It's a simple, space-saving trick that adds another layer of protection to your patch. Another fantastic herb to consider is oregano. Much like its Mediterranean cousin rosemary, oregano has a strong, pungent scent that is a powerful pest repellent. It's particularly effective against a wide range of common garden pests and can create a low-growing protective ground cover when allowed to spread. This living mulch helps to retain soil moisture and suppress weeds, reducing two other major sources of stress for your cucumber plants. Oregano is also known to attract beneficial insects, especially when it flowers, adding yet another source of support for your garden's natural pest control army. Its hardy nature and ease of care make it a perfect plant-it-and-forget-it companion that will work tirelessly to protect your cucumbers all season long while also providing a constant supply for your kitchen. Let's bring in a member of the onion family, chives. Planting chives near your cucumbers can help deter aphids and spider mites. The strong, sulfurous compounds that give onions and their relatives their signature smell are highly offensive to many sucking insects. A clump of chives acts like a small, smelly force field. An added benefit is that chives are believed to help prevent or reduce the severity of powdery mildew, a fungal disease that frequently attacks cucumber leaves in humid weather. While the science on this is still developing, generations of gardeners swear by this pairing. At the very least, you get a powerful pest deterrent and a delicious, mild, onion-flavored herb for your baked potatoes, all for the price of a few seeds. Think about the synergy of this system. It's not just about one plant helping another. It's about creating a complex, interwoven community where every member plays a role. The marigolds are guarding the roots, the nasturtiums are standing by as decoys, the borage is calling in the air force of pollinators, the dill is recruiting an army of aphid assassins, and the bush beans are running the kitchen, constantly supplying fresh nitrogen. This is a system that is far more resilient and stable than a simple monoculture, where you just have rows of a single plant. A monoculture is a giant blinking sign for pests that says, all you can eat buffet. A diverse polyculture like the one we're designing is a confusing, well-defended fortress that is much harder for pests to infiltrate and conquer. So, how do you actually implement this? The strategy is simple. Interplanting. Don't plant a block of cucumbers here and a block of marigolds over there. Mix them all in together. Plant a border of marigolds around the entire cucumber bed to establish that underground nematode shield. Intersperse nasturtiums and borage plants every few feet among your cucumber vines. Plant clumps of dill, chives, and oregano in the gaps. Plant a row of bush beans along one side of the cucumber trellis. The goal is to break up the visual and chemical signature of the cucumbers. You want a pest to land in your garden and be immediately confused by the variety of smells and textures. This integrated approach ensures that the protective benefits are distributed throughout the entire patch, leaving no cucumber vine undefended. The long-term benefits of this approach extend far beyond a single season's cucumber harvest. By avoiding chemical pesticides, you are fostering a healthy, thriving population of beneficial insects, spiders, and other predators that will help control pests throughout your entire garden, not just in the cucumber patch. By using plants like borage and legumes, you are actively improving your soil structure and fertility year after year. This creates a positive feedback loop. Healthier soil leads to healthier plants, which are less attractive to pests, which means you need less intervention, which allows the soil and beneficial insect populations to become even healthier. You are moving away from a system that requires constant input and crisis management and towards a self-regulating, resilient garden ecosystem that largely takes care of itself. Finally, don't overlook the power of sunflowers. While not a direct pest repellent, Planting a few towering sunflowers near your cucumber patch serves two important functions. First, their strong stalks can provide a natural, sturdy trellis for vining cucumber varieties to climb, saving you the effort of building a support structure. Second, and more importantly, they are another super magnet for pollinators. Their giant flower heads attract bees from all around, ensuring your cucumber blossoms get all the attention they need for maximum fruit production. They also attract birds later in the season, which can help control other pests like caterpillars and beetles. They are a beautiful, functional, and beneficial addition that perfectly complements the protective guild we have built around our cucumbers, completing the vision of a truly integrated and productive garden. So there you have it. The secret to a massive pest-free cucumber harvest isn't in a spray bottle. It's in the soil, in the air, and in the plants themselves. It's about creating a team of marigolds defending the roots, nasturtiums acting as decoys, barrage and sunflowers calling in the pollinators, dill recruiting an army of predators, and beans feeding the entire operation. By simply choosing the right neighbors for your cucumbers, you transform a vulnerable monoculture into a thriving, self-defending ecosystem. You'll spend less time worrying about yellow leaves and aphids, and more time wondering what to do with all those perfect, delicious cucumbers. This is the heart of smart gardening, creating systems where nature does the heavy lifting for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're ready to build your own garden fortress, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on getting bigger harvests with less work. Now, I have a question for you. What are your favorite can't-live-without companion plants in your garden? Share your secrets in the comments below.